4:30 Psycho Accountability Club. This is a live call, 4:30 in the morning. Go 10 minutes, do our 3 hours of work in the morning. For the whole month, we hit 90 hours of work before 7:30. If you want to be in this call, you got to send me a message. Otherwise, just use the tracker with the QR code and track your time. So for my whole adult life, I went to a salon to get my hair cut. It's because that's who I knew. Like, that's there was one near my house, and I had a friend that worked there, and you pay a lot. And like 2 years ago, I met a guy. He's like, dude, I could cut your hair and I could give you a shave for like half of what you pay at the salon. And I was like, wow, okay, it ends up being a lot over time. And I went in and I had my like headshot. I was like, make it look like this, and he cut it really good. And have you guys ever got your beard trimmed at a barber shop?
Nope.
Every week.
It's pretty relaxing. Do you get the razor, the straight razor, and all that kind of stuff?
Every week.
Yeah, it's nice. It gets it, and you walk out there, you're like, dang, half the price. So that's not even the funny part. That's my whole life I've been spending more. No. So yesterday I'm in there. And he goes, yeah, I've been wanting to tell you this. You've been parting your hair the wrong way. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I've never even heard that. He goes, we all have a hair pattern that goes this way or it goes this way, like from the back of your head. And it supports the way that your hair flows and the way it works. And he goes, let me show you. And he'd already done some cutting. And he did this way. He goes, your hair naturally goes this way. It parts easier. It actually, the line goes into where it's starting to get a little bit light on the back, so it covers that up and everything. And so the story is, like, I look at my head every day. I struggle every day getting my hair to do what I want it to do. I have to blow dry my hair hanging my head upside down. I have to use this mud to form it. And all along, the solution I would look at every day, if I just simply realized I was doing it wrong my whole adult life. And it just got me thinking a lot about, like, a lot of times the answer to our problems is like right in front of our face. We're looking at every day until you get open-minded enough, or it's hilarious to me that I've been combing my hair the wrong way my whole life. And it just made me think, I've resolved a lot of my issues and problems over, like these commitments and this challenge or things I do, and it helps my weight and my connections and all those kinds of things. You guys ever have anything similar where I was like, what if I had to like categorize what I look at more than anything, other than like things that I look at, like every morning I look at my face. Every morning I struggle with literally, and I can never get it right. I can never get my hair the same way. Like Ron has probably been doing his hair the right way his whole life, because it always looks good when he's got it like, for me, it's hit or miss. Bam. See, there you go. But then it perfectly went exactly where I wanted it to go. And that was the solution. I've been looking at it, and I don't know. It made me think a lot about asking for help and things more, like, how am I doing this wrong? Like like it made me think about experts, like talking to experts more, because I would have never thought that. I would have, I just keep on doing my stupid hang upside down, blow drying. My son comes in and looks at me. He's like, what? He's 3. He's like, I got to hang my head upside down and blow dry it. So it blow dries hanging down, and then mud it in like 10 seconds and form it. But now I just like yesterday was like crazy. It went right to how I wanted it.
Just changing the part.
Save.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's just a great example of. I mean, it's hilarious that I've been struggling.
It helps.
with it.
It's besides having an expert, or in this case, just with hair salon barber, being able to detach, and take a step back or take a step from the side, and then in this case, someone else was able to help you with that, even though it's something as minor as like a daily activity with with hair and stuff. But I mean, it is kind of a form of detachment that someone else is kind of helping you with, right?
Well, it's. I mean, you're just stuck in your habits, right?
Right.
And like one of my. It's funny, but it's also a great example of how you just accept a certain level of dysfunction in something instead of asking somebody, is there a better way? And there was a simple answer, so
Yeah.
Josh and I are working on something right now, and I'm teaching him this, how to look at like an investment deal, and he's learning it quickly because we're going over it constantly. So he's like, instead of trying to just guess exactly everything, he's going deep on that. It's just I don't know. It's just, it's a great example of seeking out expertise from people instead of accepting a ceiling of dysfunction or a certain way of doing it. I don't know. So I mean, it was the one thing about saving half of what I was spending. It was amazing, and also getting a beard trim mixed, thrown in there at half the price was awesome. But
the person who you were paying twice as much didn't tell you that you were parting your hair in the wrong direction.
I know. That's the. I mean, there were two people.
Keep them coming back.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, the question is, you guys ever realize something so simple that was like life-changing?
I don't know about life-changing. Nothing like that rings a bell, but I'm going to think about that.
Yeah.
I have had moments where I'm just like, wait a second, this was this way? I've been doing this wrong? But I don't think it was anything that I was doing daily, like my hair. I think you got us all on that one, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I can't think of anything else that that I've had. It's been such a nuisance struggle, and such a like doing like with our YouTube channel and everything. Like I always like it from this side, but I never always poofed it up. So when I started, when my old stylist taught me to poof it up, I can never get it the same, but I always want it the same because I'll give it a lot of volume to make my fat head look skinnier. Like the more you poof your hair up, the more it stretches your the look that you got. And so it's like it's another thing, like the SEO, which is back on the rise again. That every morning I'm like, there's, I would say like 3 out of 7 days I leave the house like, because I have 10 seconds to form it perfectly, hoping that my upside down hanging hair drying gave it the balance, and like 3 out of 4 times it just doesn't work. So it's we'll see this morning, but I'm pretty excited about this new development in my hair strategy.
We're all rooting for you, man.
Dude, you are like my hair idol. So let me see that. Oh man, see, like, and you wake up like that, or you did that a little bit?
Yeah, I just woke up like this, man. This is me. I didn't hang my head upside down or anything like that.
Josh is like, I wake up like this too, man. No, anyway, so I just, I find lessons in a lot of things. Usually, it's day-to-day stuff. I mean, I've been looking at it every day and struggling with it every day, and it was a simple solution that resolved just a little bit of tension easily 3 or 4 days a week. I leave the house like, ugh. Because if I don't have that poof, I just have a big round head. I used to have the biggest football helmet on the football team. I wasn't the biggest guy, but I wore the biggest helmet. So there's no question my head is big.
Must have a huge pillow.
Nah. I have a small pillow, actually.
Mike Myers, right? Mike Myers, come on, play. All right.
Anyways, we hit our time. Look in the mirror. You might find a resolution to, something you've been.
To shave my head.
Brush your teeth, floss your teeth. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think the big thing is like you pay attention, like just making sure whatever you're doing in life that you're paying attention to it a little bit more closely, because you may notice whether it's work, whether it's personal, kids, whether it's just your daily activities that can make a change. But, sometimes just paying close attention and seeking help. I mean, it's not like you were trying to seek help to figure out like the hair strategy. It's just turned out that you found somebody that was, an expert in their field, and that they wanted to that help out with a little change makes a big difference for you, So
yeah, and what's interesting is they shared like this fundamental basic in hair that no one ever had, like it goes this way or that way, and you're going against the way that your hair grows. And I'm going to think that way for a lot of things over the next couple of days. And I'll tell you some things I've resolved, because I think we all accept, that things aren't going to work exactly the way we want it, because we don't have the expertise to solve it. And I'll have a laundry list. So actually we'll do some homework, like if you guys want, tomorrow, think of a couple things that you've accepted that aren't actually like where you want them, that might require going out, because I'm going to do that. The lesson for me is to let me look at a few things and not give up, and try and get them to the end zone,
And question the things that you've been doing your whole life, right? So, and
the things I'm not happy with. Yeah.
Well, combing your hair the right direction.
Hey man, it's a new day.
All right.
It's a new day for my hair. I'll see you guys tomorrow.